ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं। समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्म विद्वरं। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं परमानन्दमाधवम्। Sit straight with the head, neck and vertebral column in a straight line. We are sitting in a clean, quiet place, all alone. These are the necessary conditions for the successful experiment. Our eyes gently closed, not too tight. Closing of the eyes indicate the withdrawal of all sense organs. If any sound comes, please don't pay attention. Now we bow down to our Guru and Ishtadevta. We surrender to them and seek their blessings. O Lord, bless us with the fourfold qualities Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi, Shata Sampatti and Mumukshutvam, the desire for liberation. O Lord, bless us with these fourfold qualities. We worship their feet with devotion and faith. We should have a supreme devotion towards the Lord and the Guru and the faith that Lord is there. Now we become aware of our breathing. Breathing is going on effortlessly. Now we breathe consciously in a rhythm. Breathe in and breathe out. Practice it for 6 to 7 times. This is the simplest way of pranayama called pranavikshan. This helps in quietening the mind. When there are thoughts, it is called a mind. When there are no thoughts, you can say there is no mind, or you can say a quiet mind. To this quiet mind, we bring the knowledge of Upanishad. The Upanishad tells us through the Mahavakya that there is oneness between the Jivatma and the Paramatma. One such Mahavakya is Tattvamasi. Tat indicates Brahman. Tvam indicates you and I, the individual being. Asi indicates oneness. There is oneness between the Jivatma and Paramatma. This is further indicated by Omkara. Mandukya Upanishad says, Om iti etad Brahma, Ayam Atma Brahma. This Omkara indicates Brahman, and this Atma alone is Brahman. Let us chant Omkara with these understanding. Take a deep breath and then chant Omkara. Mentally repeat, Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Om Shanti. 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 Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Rub your hands. Put your palm on your eyes and slowly open your eyes. We are studying Viveka Choodamani. Let us chant the Mangalacharan. All must chant together. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. We bow down to Bhagavan Shankaracharya, who has written this Viveka Choodamani. We bow down to Puja Gurudev, who taught us. We bow down to the Lord. By His grace, we are able to study. We bow down to all great saints and sages. And with their blessing, we start our studies. So here it is said, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Sadgurum Pranataha Asmi. I bow down to Sadguru. Sadguru is the one who has realized the truth, whose nature is Paramananda, supreme bliss. His guru was Govinda Padacharya, so said Govindam. And by Govindam to Lord Krishna also. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta. What is said in this text? The subject is the oneness of Jivatma and Paramatma. Tamagocharam. And it is not known through our sense organs. The sense organs know about the objective world, but cannot know about the subject. So the text explains about the oneness of Jivatma and Paramatma. This is the subject. Now, having said this and prostrated to all of them, now we start. Now, today you have to, I will ask you and you have to reply. Isn't it? Last time also told you. For one class we do like this. Now, the verse number 217. Vidya, can you explain? Can you explain? You were there in the last class. 217th verse. Huh? Try your best. Don't worry. Huh? Yes. You have to on your, there is no sound. You have to on it. Hurry up. Yes, hurry up. Yes, now you are audible. And the verse is Jagrat Swapna Sushuptishu Sphutataram Yo Asosam Vijrumbate. 217. The same verse you are telling? Just say two lines also does not matter. Jagrat Swapna Sushuptishu Sphutataram Yo Asosam Vijrumbate. Pratyak Rupataya Sada Aham Ityanta Spuran Anekada. Okay, even that's enough. You have got the essence of the mantra. Okay. Kalaben, try to explain 270. You can speak in Tamil also. Everybody knows Tamil also. Okay. If you are not comfortable English, say in Tamil. Okay. 270. Apra Nana Akara Vikara Bhagina Iman Pashyan Aham Dimukan Nityananda Chidatmana Puratitam Vidhi Swametam Drudi. Okay, now we will start. See, the verse meaning is that the consciousness is experienced by us in all the three states. And because it manifests, it's present there. And how it is felt within as a I hear in waking state. I see. In dream we said, I saw the dream. Then when we go to deep sleep, then we say, I had a very good sleep, isn't it? That I is common. So that's why it is said, aham aham iti antaspura. That within there is an experience of I. And this I is the consciousness. But you and I do not know. We speak, say, I had the experience of the waking state, dream state, and the deep sleep stage. And this I is the consciousness. But what happens? Nana akara vikara bhagina iman pashyan aham dimukan. But what we do, we identify with the five koshas. I am this body. I means for us, I am this body. And then my thought, mind, the means the intellect. And aham, I means the mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara that we have to understand. We identify with that and we live like that. But Bhagavan says, Nitya Ananda Chidatmana. Your nature is not the BMI. These are your instruments. Your nature is, you are eternal, you are always there. Your nature is happiness. Your nature is the Atma. And Spurati, this I, what comes to your mind is nothing but I is the Atma. That only illumines. That only illumines everything. Tam vidhi swametam brudi. Try to realize this I as your own self within your own heart through Shravana, Manana and Nididhyas. Come to realize this. That's what Bhagavan is telling. See, what you have to do is that when I am explaining, some of you are writing, some of you understand and then write it, but try to understand the meaning of the verse and then you explain, you will never forget. Then you will never forget. Okay, but it is okay. You are able to grasp it and explaining it takes only a practice, okay? Does not matter. Now, Archana, next verse 218. I read the sloka. I did. Gatodake bimbitamarka bimbam alokya mudo ravimeva manyate tatha chidabhasamupadishamstam Brantya ahamityeva jado bimanyate. Yes. There are three things. The pot is there, the water is there, and the reflection of the sun. Arka bimbam. Now, and just you have to bring such picture in your mind. What you can draw in your book, the pot, then there is a water, and the sun is reflected. These three things have been explained. Now, the one Muda means not the person who is able to understand, but who is not able to understand. He thinks that the reflected sun is the real sun. So he is called the Muda. But in the same way, when this picture you bring in your mind, tatha chidabhasam upadishtam, seated in the upadhi. Upadhi is the body, mind and intellect. Where the reflection of the consciousness takes place? In the Vijnanamaya Kosha. This you have to bring this knowledge of Taittiriya Upanishad, isn't it? In the intellect. Vijnanamaya Kosha is the intellect, where the sun is reflected. And when it is reflected there, all other koshas, they are enlivened. Manomaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya, and then this body also. And then what you and I say? Brantya ahamiti eva jadaha abhimanyate. Not knowing the reality, the consciousness, one thinks I am this body, mind and intellect. Isn't it? We do not know the consciousness, I am. And what we see, the body, mind and intellect, and says, my mind is functioning. I am able to speak. Then all the koshas are functioning. So I am this body. This is because Brantya, because of ignorance. Eh? Through the delusion, we think that I am this body. But we are not the body. What is our nature? Our nature is consciousness. And in the, yes, Venkatraman sir, the third verse, 219. See, nobody has to be scared. Do your best. Okay, I will read, sir. But you can read, sir. If you, yeah. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's correct, sir. You are able to understand them. See, what I want to know, whether I am able to convey you and you are able to grasp it. Okay. Now we study the today's class. Yesterday we have seen 220, isn't it? We'll just read it. Deham diyam chit pratibimbamevam vishrujya buddho nihitam guhayam drashtaram atmanam akhanda bodham sarva prakasham sad asat vilakshanam. So the person, what we have to do here, he says that at the seat of meditation, we have to give up what? Deham, diyam, the body, the intellect, and the chidabhasa, chit pratibimbam, visrajya. And what is their experience within our own self, within the heart, that we have to Buddho nihitam guhayam drashtaram. I am the seer. I am not the seen. I am the subject. I am not the object. Always the drashtaram, the seer is the subject, and that which is seen is the object. Atmanam akhanda bodham. And how is that? It is a unbroken knowledge. See, now when my mind knows about something, I get that knowledge. Then mind shifts to the next object, then I get another second knowledge. So my knowledge of the worldly object is broken. But what is the knowledge of the consciousness? Atmanam akhanda bodham. The consciousness is the nature of knowledge and it is not a broken. It is a continuous. Khanda, broken. Akhanda means continuous knowledge. Sarva prakasham. And it illumines everything. It illumines everything. What is illumine everything? Sat, asat, vilakshanam. It illumines that which is the gross, what I see by my sense organs, the objective world, Shabda, Sparsha, Rasa, Rupa, Gandha, that is called Sat. Here the Sat is not existent, but here Sat means gross. And Asat, Asat means that which is subtle. The thoughts are called subtle. So, what are the thoughts of my mind? And the gross, Vilakshanam, this consciousness is other than the Sat and Asat. What the body is able to see, my mind also is different than that. And now in the next verse, it is explained that the nature of the Atma, the nature of the Atma. Nityam vibhum sarvagatam susukshmam antar bahir shunyam ananyamatmanah vignaya samyak nijarupametat uman vipapma virajo vimrutyu nityam. This Atma is eternal, is always there. Actually, if you remember the Mundaka Upanishad, there it was said, Nityam vibhum sarvagatam susukshmam. These words came there. It is eternal. Vibhum. Vibhu means which is all pervading. This word also came in Chandogya Upanishad. Then Sarvagatam is present everywhere. Vibhum and Sarvagatam almost same meaning. Vibhum also means it appears vividam bhati. It appears different. It's all pervading. It illumines everything. Sarvagatam bhati means it illumines everything. Sarvagatam, all pervading. Susukshmam. This consciousness is extremely subtle. Puja Gurudev will always explain subtlety is explained by pervasiveness. Subtlety is explained by pervasiveness. When you say something subtle, means it is more pervasive. It is so sukshmam. See, the five elements are there. Akash is the most pervasive. That's why we say sukshmam. This is so sukshmam, very subtle. Antar bahir shunyam. For Atma, see, now I am sitting in a room, you are sitting in your room, we are inside the room. There is a space is divided by the wall, inside and outside. But what about the consciousness? It is when all pervading, it is devoid of inside and outside. It is devoid of inside and outside. Antar bahir shunyam ananyam atmanaha. This Atma is one own self, is one own self. Don't say Atma is something different. I am the self. This we have to realize. I am the conscious. Aham Brahmasmi. This is to be realized. So he said, Ananyam Atmanaha. And the one who has realized, Vignaya, having realized, Samyak Nijarupametam. Well, as one own self. As one own self, when you and I realize that I am the consciousness, then what happens? Human, that person, he becomes Vipapma. All his sins are destroyed. He becomes free of all sins. When we realize the truth, one becomes free of all sins. Virajaha. Raja means dirt. Here Raja means blemish. One becomes free of all blemish. Vimrutyuhu. One becomes free of death. Free of death means they are not reborn again. When you are born only there is a death. So there is no rebirth. Vijnana samyak nija rupametam. That I am the consciousness. Such a person, he becomes free of all sins, all his, he becomes free of all the blemish and free of death. There is no transmigration for him again. So, what is the Swarup of Atma? And one who realizes what happens. That has been explained in this verse. The next verse says, Vishoka Ananda Gano Vipaschita Swayam Kutaschitanna Viveti Kaschita Nanyosti Pantha Bhavabandha Mukte Vina Swatattva Vagamam Mumuksho. A person who realizes this truth, Vishoka, free from grief. He becomes free from all sorrows. You and I have, because I don't get what I like, I am unhappy, isn't it? Gnani Mahatma is not like that. Oh, it's very hot, I'm suffering. Then also you feel there is a suffering when it's too hot or too cold. But for a Gnani, is free of grief because there is no identification with the body. It is the body who suffers. It is the mind who suffers. He has no identification with that Vishoka. Ananda Ganaha. He becomes the ocean of bliss. There is only happiness in his life. Vipaschita. For such a wise seeker, the realized master is always experiencing bliss. Swayam kutaschit and nabhiveti kaschita, and he is not scared of anything. He is not scared of anything. This we have studied in Brahmananda Valli. Nabhiveti kaschita. A Gnani is one who is not scared of anything. Not scared of anything. Na anya asti pantha. And then we may have a doubt. Is there any other way than Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa to realize the truth? He said, no, there is no other way. Na anya asti pantha bhavabandha muktaye. For release from the bondage of samsara, there is no other way than realizing one own self as Atma. One who realizes I am the self, that is the only means to release from bondage. Vina svatatva avagamam mumukshaha. Vina, without svatatva avagamam, realization of one own nature, mumukshaha, for the one who desires for liberation. For such a person, to know one own self, to realize one own self, without there is no other means. There is no other means. So here, how through the meditation one can realize the truth and what is the nature of Atma, and one who realizes how he becomes, that all has been explained. In Arti also we say, Nanya Pantha Vidyate Yanaya. Isn't it? We say in that our Arti also. Now, see, all Gnanis, they may be the different language, whatever, but the experience is same. The experience is same only. And that gives us more confidence that if we also realize, then we also will become fearless. And there is nothing greater than that, to realizing the realized master, they are the greatest. That's why we worship their feet. All great. Yes. Means? Even if the sky falls on my head, I'm not afraid. There is nothing to fear in me. Yes. No, sir. Sir, does not matter. See, it gives more confidence to our mind only. You are repeating your own mind. That other master also says the same thing. The truth is always revealed same by all great masters. The truth is same only, sir. Nothing wrong, sir, when you say. Does not matter. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. Now the next shloka he says, Brahma abhinna tattva vijnanam bhava mokshasya karanam yena advitiyam anandam brahma sampadhyate buddhe. Brahma abhinnatva vijnanam bhava mokshasya karanam yena advitiyam anandam brahma sampadhyate buddhe. Brahma abhinnatva vijnanam. means one's own identity with the Brahman, that is Brahma Abhinatvam. I am not different than Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. Then Bhava Mokshasya Karanam. This realization is the cause of liberation from the worldly life. Eh? This is the cause of liberation. I am not different than Brahman. Means I am Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. Now what we say? I am so and so. I have studied this much. This is with the identification with the body, mind and intellect we are telling. But the one who is a Gnani, who has realized one own self, he says that I am one with the Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. And Bhava Mokshasya Karan. That is the cause of liberation. Liberation from what? Liberation from bondage. What is bondage? Bondage is that now I am happy, now I am unhappy, suffering. All this is a bondage. Yena advitiyam anandam. Yena means here, by realizing that Buddhehi means the last word. The wise people, Advitiyam Anandam, they experience the happiness which is one without a second, non-dual. Anandam Brahma, which is one without a second. Once they attain the Brahman, the Gnanis, they experience this Brahma Ananda. Now, when we have the worldly Ananda, then we depend on some object or some person. It's some object or some person. There is a duality. There is a duality. Understand? Why this is called Advitiyam? The happiness comes not the sense organs going to sense objects, but the happiness is my own nature that one has realized. Advitiyam Anandam, non-dual. I am the source of happiness. Not something else is the source of happiness. Not depending on any sense object. No sense organs in contact with sense objects. Here one feels Purnananda. Purna Ananda. This is what the Gnani Buddhehi Brahma Sampadyate. The one who realizes the Brahman, Advitiyam Ananda. We have studied Ekam Advitiyam Brahma. This is one non-dual Brahman. There is no duality. This is very, very important. You said, I also be happy in the world. But happiness is from something else, not from within. There is a duality. Here it is Advitiyam Anandam. Not depending on anything else. The happiness from within. Brahma Bhutastu Samshrutye Vidvana Vartate Punaha Vignatavyamata Samyaka Brahma Bhinnatvamatmanaha Brahma Bhutastu Samshrutye Vidvana Vartate Punaha Vignatavyamata Samyaka Brahma Bhinnatvamatmanaha Brahma Bhutah tu. When we said tu in Bhagavad Gita, we said to show the difference. Here, tu tells means for avadharaya. Avadharaya means to be firm in ourselves. Brahma Bhutah, the one who has become the Brahman, Samshrutye, such a vidva. Brahma Bhutah vidva. Such a vidvan, such a gnani. Here vidvan is not who has studied the scriptures only, but is a vidvan and Brahma Bhuta. Has studied the scriptures and who has realized the truth. samshrutye na avartate punah. He does not come back in this transmigration in this world again. Yad gatva na nivartante punah. The same thing. Having realized the truth, then one has not to come back in this world. Na avartate punah. He does not come back. But there are some Mahatmas, when the Bhagwan wants them to come back, they come back. It is Lord wish. But according to the general rule, they are not reborn again. They are not reborn again. Vignatavyam ataha. Ataha vignatamya. Therefore, Bhagwan says, this knowledge, tavyam is must. One must realize that I am the Brahman. This is only very difficult, and at the same time, this is to be realized by all of us. This is why we are born as a human beings, so that we can realize that I am the Brahman. Vignatavyam. When Tavya comes, then it must be done. This is to be realized. Ataha, therefore, Samyak Brahma Abhinatvam Atmanah. That the self in me is the Brahman, is not different than Brahman, is not, there is identity with the Brahman, one has to realize. The consciousness, the self in me is nothing but the Brahman alone. I am Atma Brahma. This is to be realized well. This should be realized. Bhagavan says one should realize. That's why only human birth we can realize. Not in animal birth. Even the Devtas is a Bhoga Bhumi. They cannot realize this truth. That's why when Shukadevji was telling Bhagavata to Parikshit Maharaj, the Devas came and they said, we give you the Amrita Kumbha and you give this knowledge. Then Shukadevji said, they are not fit for this. They want Bhoga. And this is Atma Gnana. So, Samyak Brahma Abhinatvam Atmana. This one has to realize that I am. This should be realized that I am the Brahman. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it is said that one who knows this Brahman, he is called a Brahmana. The one who knows this I am Brahman, he is called Brahmana. Brahma Janati iti Brahmana. And the one who does not know, he is called a Krupana. This is said in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. He is called a Krupana. Krupana means a beggar. A beggar. The one who knows without, goes from this world, he is called a Krupana. Krupana aviditva gacchati. Not knowing the truth. One who leaves the body is called a Krupana. Then the one who realizes is called a Brahmana. Okay. These are the not difficult words. This next verse. Satyam gnanam anantam brahma Vishodham param swata siddham Nityanande karasam pratyaka Avinnam nirantaram jayati Satyam gnanam anantam brahma Vishodham param swata siddham Nityanande karasam pratyaka Avinnam nirantaram jayati. This Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma. This is from Brahmananda Valli, isn't it? Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman Soshnute Sarvan Kamansa. So this is, then you must be thinking that in Upanishad, They've taken from Viveka Choodamani. No, Viveka Choodamani has taken from the Upanishad. Understand? These are the Prakarana Grantha. And the Upanishad has come from the Lord. So, Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma. This Brahman, his nature has been described as existence. Gnanam, it is a pure knowledge or consciousness. And Anantam, it is infinite. It is all pervading. Where is this Brahman not there? It is all pervading. Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma Vishuddham. Shuddham is pure. Vishuddham means extremely pure. Means when there is something other than that, then it is called dirty. Vishuddham means that alone is there. There is nothing else than that. Vishuddham, extremely pure. Param, and it is the Supreme One. Supreme means it is not limited by Desha Kala Vastu. It is not limited by time, space, or any object. It is all pervading. Param and Swatah Siddham. It is self-existing. Nobody has to prove the existence of the Brahman. It is self-existing. Vishuddham Param Swatah Siddham. See now, it is not that Brahman is somewhere else. Our Swarupa is Atma and Brahman. Can you deny your presence? No, I am there. Nobody can deny my presence. I am there. I know I am there. I am listening. So, our experience is that I am always there. I am always there. This is called Swata Siddham. My presence nobody can deny. Nobody can deny. Oh, let me switch on the light and see in darkness whether I am there or not. No, in darkness also I know I am there. That's why it is called Swata Siddham. Nitya Ananda Ekarasam. The nature of the Brahman is, it is eternal. Ekarasam. It is, that bliss is indivisible. It cannot, nobody can break it. It is a continuous bliss. And pratyaka, how one experiences a gnani within one own self. Abhinnam, not different than one own self. I am the nature of happiness that one individual experiences. And nirantaram jayati. And such a person is victorious. Here Puja Gurudev says that victorious means that he can, this ananda is that which can never decay, which can never perish. That's why it's called victorious. Nirantaram jayati, do not decay or perish. See, the five koshas and the body, mind and intellect, it has they are born, asti, jayate, mean all the six vikaras are there, six modifications are there. But what about the Atma? In Atma there is no vikara. It is always same. It is always same. There is no vikara in Atma. Having explained the nature of the Atma, the next Bhagavan explains that the world is unreal, Brahman alone is the reality. Brahman alone is the reality. You and I give reality to the world, but world is unreal. Unreal means there is a change in that. Brahman alone is a changeless one. We just read and then see the next time. Sadidam paramadvetam svasmadanyasya vastuno abhavat nahi anyadasti kinchita samyak parmartha tattva bodha dashayam sadidam paramadvetam svasmadanyasya vastuno abhavat nahi anyadasti kinchita samyak parmartha tattva bodha dashayam. This needs lot of explanation. There, where we have to explain what is Anvaya, what is Vatireka. To Anvaya Vatireka, I have to explain you this mantra. Up till now, it was Atma and it was comparatively easy. The word alone is difficult. To understand that there is a reality alone appears as a world. The reality alone appears as a world. That's what is going to explain in the next verses. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurupyo Namaha. Hari Om. Loka Samata Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samata Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samata Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. My pranam to all of you. Hari Om. Please go through what we have studied. When you listen, it may appear simple. Okay, Hari Om. Hari Om.